Hi, I'm Dave Wurzel, and you're watching PHTV4 Bookshelf. And on Bookshelf, we look at a variety of books from a variety of categories. And today specifically, we're going to look at books being published in October of 2023. With me to take a look at these titles, Matt Matkowski, Head of Public Services at Palos Heights Library. Matt, thank you for being here.
Hello.
Matt put together this list, and the original list was longer, and then I felt the need to insert a few titles also, so we got a boatload of books to get through here. We'll jump right in. These are October 2023 releases. Big publishing month in that industry. A lot of big titles, publishers trying to come out with titles before the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Want to get in front of the gift giving. And so let's jump right in. Our first category, and I had to put in just because I thought it was so amazing, book 30 in a series. So this author's been cranking out quite a few of these. Murder mystery with maybe a little dash of humor in it. What
That's right. Dirty 30 by Janet Ivanovich. This is her 30th
Stephanie
book.
Plum is back.
Yeah, she is back. She's on the trail of a stolen cache of dirty diamonds. She's Trenton's hardest working, most underappreciated bounty hunter, and she's offered a freelance assignment that seems simple enough. A local jeweler named Martin Rabner wants her to locate his former security guard, Andy Manley, aka Nutsy, who he is convinced stole a fortune in diamonds out of his safe.
It's interesting. So I'm going to have to admit, I haven't read any of her books, but when I hear the plot line, I'm like, oh, that sounds like that would be kind of fun. I get it, and a little humor in there works for me. Next book, another super big name and author, and revisiting a book, which might be kind of interesting for people, and this is in the legal suspense thriller category, sequel. This is titled The Exchange, and After the Firm by John Grisham. This is a sequel to his debut thriller, The Firm. John Grisham is going to return to tell us what's happened to Mitch and Abby McDear after they expose the crimes of his corrupt Memphis law firm. 15 years later, Mitch and Abby are living in Manhattan, where Mitch is a partner in the world's largest law firm. When Mitch gets caught up in another sinister plot with worldwide implications, he must do all he can to stay one step ahead of his enemies. And just knowing the way Grisham writes, fast and very dynamic characters and plot moving. This could be another great book here.
Yeah.
Next category, we're going to go a little humor and a little bit of romance. What do you got, man?
That's right. We have The Burnout by Sophie Kinsella. Sparks fly in this delightful novel about two burned-out professionals who meet at a ramshackle resort on the British seaside. How did they get so burned out? Can either of them remember something they used to love? The answer here appears to be surfing. And the question they try and fail to ignore: what does the energy between them, flaring even in the face of their bone-deep exhaustion, signify?
Well, maybe that's the hint of the romance, or something else to avoid the burnout.
Yeah, who knows?
Okay. All right.
We'll find out.
Let's check out The Burnout. I've read some books by this author, not all, but this next author or category is another sequel, International Mystery and Crime. This is by Nelson DeMille, Bloodlines. I like Nelson DeMille, but again, I haven't read him in a while. This sounds like a title worth taking a look at. Again, Bloodlines features the return of special agents Brody and Taylor, who are on the hunt for the cold-blooded murder of one of their fellow agents. Ultimately, Brody and Taylor realize that the murder of Harry Vance was merely the prelude to a much more sinister future event, unless they can unravel the mystery in time to stop it. It sounds like a fun read, another great read, so a little later in the fall we can get that one. Next category, this is author Jamie Ford described, I love this label she used for it, a puzzle box of familial secrets.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be on a lot of book club lists. The Leftover Woman by Jean Kwok. An evocative family drama and a riveting mystery about the ferocious pull of motherhood for two very different women. The Leftover Woman finds these two unforgettable women on a shocking collision course, twisting and suspenseful and surprisingly poignant. It's a profound exploration of identity and belonging, motherhood and family. It is a story of two women in a divided city, separated by severe economic and cultural differences, yet bound by a deep and emotional connection to a child.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is going to end up on book discussion. It's going to be presentation stuff. I'm looking forward to this. I didn't read her earlier work, but I need to read this author. Too many recommendations on this.
Yeah.
Next one is in the motivational transformational self-improvement category. I have read, this is Hidden Potential by Adam Grant. I've read his books. I think he's a great author. I've used these as gift books for high school and college grads, but I think they should be read by anybody. I'm definitely going to read this, so I'm looking forward to it. In Hidden Potential, Adam Grant is going to return to the style of things that he does. And the description here for this is, while innate talent has natural advantages, in life, success generally comes more from how well you are willing to learn and develop yourself. Using research and insightful storytelling, Grant shows how you can unlock your hidden potential by building character skills and motivational systems that will help you achieve more. And to me, that's everything he's written. He's great at bringing in research. He brings in anecdotal story to kind of illustrate his concepts. And without question, they are loaded with things that I think can help people get to that next level.
Yeah, and it's not dry either.
No.
It moves quick and it's insightful.
Yeah, that's a great way. It's not dry. It's not academia like, what am I reading here? No, this is for regular people, very fast reading, and oddly enough, entertaining, I think. Next category, World War II historical fiction.
Yes, we have Sisters Under the Rising Sun by Heather Morris, a phenomenal novel of resilience and survival. And this author, you have heard of some of her other books, The Tattooist of Auschwitz, Silke's Journey, and Three Sisters. And in this one, in the midst of World War II, it's a story of women in war, a novel of sisterhood, bravery, and friendship in the darkest of circumstances.
All right, and I didn't read the other two. I did read The Tattooist of Auschwitz, an excellent book.
Yeah.
And certainly this one sounds like it could certainly be another great read. Next category, another big name in literature here. This one was described as a story of rebirth and reclamation by Jesmond Ward, Let Us Descend. I have already decided this is going to kind of get bumped up in my rotation here. I like the premise she's working with. Blending magical realism with a reimagining of American slavery, Let Us Descend follows Annis, a black girl sold south by the white slave master who fathered her. As Annis marches south, she finds solace in thinking of her mother and her warrior African grandmother. Communing with spirits, both good and bad, along the way, Annis's descent towards the further hell of slavery is a surprising tale, there it is, of rebirth and reclamation. Yeah. I think that's another book they'll probably end up on some, book club type readings.
For sure.
Another great author. Next category, we're going to swing completely the other way here. In this category is Epic Sword and Sorcery, which is kind of its own category. Epic Sword and Sorcery fantasy with, we'll throw in a little romance for you.
Yeah, that's becoming a bigger thing, this mixing of fantasy and romance. And here we have Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. It's a new series in which a hedonistic kingdom called Castellane. And since childhood, Kell has been raised as the sword catcher, the body double and personal bodyguard of Prince Connor Aurelian. After an assassination attempt, Kell meets the magical healer Lynn. Working together, they become entangled in a corruption scandal that threatens to take down the entire kingdom, making them wonder if the kingdom is even worth saving.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good to me. I've read some books in this genre, not many. Obviously, with like the Dungeons and Dragons, the role playing, and this section in libraries and bookstores seems to me to have gotten bigger and bigger over the years.
Yeah, I think these books used to be like nerdy books for people, but I think that stigma has kind of fallen away, and people of all ages and interests are getting more into it.
Yeah,
so.
and I'm going to guess the quality of writing has shown up with it.
For sure.
Okay. All right, let's take a look at another big name in literature here. We've got another group of, this is a group of short stories described as stories that grapple with vast emotional and social chasms.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Roman Stories by Jhumpa Lahiri. I hope I'm saying her name right there. The first short story collection by the Pulitzer Prize-winning author and master of the form since her #1 New York Times bestseller, The Unaccustomed Earth. Rome, metropolis and monument, suspended between past and future, multifaceted and metaphysical, is the protagonist, not the setting of these 9 stories. I know it's a translation, and I know the initial reviews on this are really good. The range of stories is incredible. There's a wide range here. This might be a way to introduce yourself to this author. Let's see, and we've got one more here. Matt, do you want to take this one, One Last Kill by Robert Dugoni?
Sure. This one has Detective Tracy Crosswhite drawing a long dormant serial killer out of hiding in a nerve-shattering novel. She is reopening the investigation into Seattle's Route 99 serial killer. After 13 victims, he stopped hunting and the trail went cold, stirring public outrage. Now, nearly 3 decades after his first kill, Tracy is expected to finally bring closure to the victims' families and redeem the Seattle Police Department's reputation, even if it means working with her nemesis, Captain Johnny Nolasco.
Okay, so another murder suspense story. So, I mean, looking at these titles, the month of October, we got a wide range of great reads out there already. I've got a couple on my radar that I may have to get to pretty quick. But like we said, October is a big month for publishing. And, like September is a big month, and so you got a lot of big authors, a few more titles we have to mention. We know they have a big fan base. You've got The Secret by Lee Child is coming out, Obsession by Stuart Woods, Danielle Steele again, Second Act. And then, here we go, some more big name authors, John Sanford, Judgment Prey, Alexander McCall Smith, From a Far and Lovely Country, and The Night House by Joe Nesbo, which I looked at that one. That one looks pretty good, pretty creepy, entertaining. All popular authors. So, Matt, thank you very much. A lot of great reads here, a lot of great reads to look forward to this fall.
That's right.
All right. I'm Dave Wurzel, and you've been watching Bookshelf with my guest, Matt Makowski from Palos Heights Library. We've been recommending a variety of October releases for you. Thank you for watching, and good reading.